Hello everyone, I'm Cloud and welcome to Anime No Mi. Today, continuing with the One Piece videos, let's talk about a legendary fruit. In One Piece there are 3 categories of devil fruits. Each of this category has its own rank and they are all listed in a book, with the most powerful fruits being considered the rarest and the weakest being considered just common devil fruits. It is worth remembering that even the fruits considered common are considered legends outside the Grand Line, where people do not even know that the existence of these fruits is not just a tale, but they really exist. During the latest chapter of the manga we are revealed a new fruit. Actually, we are told about a devil fruit that was said to be legendary by the highest level celestial dragons. This makes it the first devil fruit to be categorized as an extremely rare fruit that hasn't reached awakening in centuries. Furthermore, the heavenly dragons revealed that they changed the name of this devil fruit so that people would not discover the true power and purpose of this fruit. That is, they wanted people not to know about the possibilities if the legendary devil fruit were to reawaken, as its great power is feared by Sekai Sifu. In today's video we are going to talk about this legendary fruit and we will analyze why Sekai Sifu decided to hide the true name of this fruit and how strong it would be. Hope you can help us by leaving your like in the video to support the channel. I also hope you subscribe if you are still new here and leave your comments saying your opinion and what are the next videos you want to see here on the channel. Now let's go to the video. Guys, during chapter 1037 of the One Piece manga something surprising and unexpected was revealed to us. The Gorosei, the world nobles who reached the highest rank even among the celestial dragons, they sent some sailors to Wano to see the outcome of the fight that was taking place in that place. They knew that a battle of catastrophic proportions was taking place in Wano and they created a strategy to take advantage of that confrontation. They first sent Cypher Pole Zero to analyze the events and decided to capture Robin and also dominate Wano, who was not in control of Sekai Sifu. So during a conversation between them, the Gorosei deduced that by having sent Cypher Pole Zero to Wano in order to capture Nico Robin, this group had already completed their initial objective. In fact, they also believed that this battle could end the end of Kaido and Big Mom's life, and also said that even if they lost their life it wouldn't be a problem. After all, even though they are one of the great powers, the Gorosei still consider the existence of the Yonkos as a threat to the world they control, so they believed that they needed to be destroyed and didn't care who would do it. It is worth remembering that Cypher Pole mentions in the manga that the pirate who is able to defeat one of the emperors will take his title, becoming the new Yonko, keeping only 4 emperors of the sea. When the navy fleet was almost approaching the sea of the country of Wano, then we see a giant shadow. The people who were seeing that shadow in the sea were in disbelief, all this because they didn't know whose shadow it was, because it had a colossal size, something he had never seen before. It is worth remembering that when Marco arrived in Wano to fight alongside Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates against the crews of Kaido and Big Mom, he also mentioned that he had found a large shadow in the sea, and later said that he would return to the sea to investigate this shadow after the Battle of Wano. So in the new chapter of the manga the silhouette of this shadow is finally revealed, and we are also shown who the big shadow belonged to. The gigantic shadow that caught everyone's attention was that of Zenesha, the great elephant that wandered aimlessly through the sea carrying the island of Zou on its back. This information is notified to the Gorosei, who are quickly surprised by what Zenesha was doing at that location. But it's not just that Zenesha is going to Wano that they are surprised, but what the Gorosei say while this revelation is made. We don't know if they were referring directly to Zenesha, but after knowing he was heading towards Wano the Gorosei are surprised by its existence. They start talking about a devil fruit that is legendary, a fruit that is legendary even to them who are the highest ranked world nobles, as it hasn't awakened in hundreds of years. For this sentence that was said by one of the Gorosei, there can be many meanings. One of them could be that this fruit just doesn't have a great user during these generations, or rather, no one managed to reach the maximum of the fruit's power. This is the biggest of the possibilities. That's why it was only seen at that moment. Another meaning can be related to the fruit's awakening itself, as if the great hidden power that the fruit had could have already been released, an immense power never seen before. And the last theory that many comment on the user of this legendary fruit is that he would be Zenesha himself, because as we know, during his past, a long time ago, even before Joy Boy or the Void Century, Zenesha had received an order. It turns out that when we were told more about him, we found out that he was unable to fulfill this mission that was given to him, so Zenesha ended up needing to wander the seas indefinitely. This happened for thousands of years, and he would do this until his mission was accomplished. During these several years, he wandered aimlessly, with no end in view. When Zenesha was introduced to us, he wasn't even aware, ignoring everyone in his path. But after Momonosuke managed to talk to him, giving Zenesha a quest, we saw that he opened his eyes for the first time. It is still a mystery why he obeys Momonosuke's requests, but because of this we see that he was aware of his actions, but Zenesha could not act freely because of his task, a task he was forced to do a long time ago. But after that, for some reason, he seems to have been able to act freely and by choice, where we see him being able to destroy Kaido's pirate ship. But after this event, Zenesha Zenesha closed her eyes again and continued wandering the sea. Initially we see that Zenesha did not have incredible power. After all, Zenesha attacked Kaido's crew with only her trunk, not demonstrating her real power, so at that moment it was not necessary, or it was not the exact moment for him to reveal his power. But now he may be scattered again, for his goal he's wandered for so many years is now in Wano, a goal he has to fulfill at all costs. So after events unfolded for this battle, Zenesha awoke. The devil fruit that Zenesha possesses can be so powerful that even Sekai Sifu gave this fruit another name to prevent its real name from being discovered, as it would be something very dangerous. We know there is a book that talks about devil fruits. Teach discovered his fruit through that book, so it could be that Zenesha's fruit is listed in the book. Or they could also be talking about another important fruit, like Luffy's, which may not just be a rubber fruit. Even though there are fruits much sought after by Sekai Sifu, such as Law's Opop no Mi, which is a fruit that was so rare and valuable that it has the ability to cut and assemble objects and human beings at its own will. In addition, we know of its incredible ability to give eternal life to a person, but this would be at the expense of the fruit's user's life. In addition, we saw that Sekai Sifu offered 5 billion for it. That is, the fruit has a greater reward than those of the Yonkers. To prevent this amazing fruit from falling into the wrong hands, and to use it to their own advantage, Sekai Sifu offers an incredible reward for anyone who owned this fruit to hand it over. But as we know, Law ate the fruit so that he could survive. Even if the reward for this fruit is still valid, it would be impossible for someone to go to Law to try to take his life and then look for the new fruit, because we know that the way that the power of one fruit passes to another after the user's life is still unknown. It is unknown if after the user's life ends the power passes to a closer fruit or to a fruit she finds suitable. The only thing we saw is that the common fruit has a shape similar to devil fruit. Another fruit that Sekai Sifu seems to be after, but just like Law's they can't take, is Luffy's fruit. We don't know how Sekai Sifu got it, but this fruit was under surveillance by important members of Sekai Sifu. Who was a member of Cypher Pole 9. He was given the duty to protect the Goma Goma no Mi with his own life if necessary, and all this so that no one would put their hands on that fruit, because possibly it has some incredible power with its awakening that we still don't know. But as we know, after that fruit was taken by Shank's crew, who was arrested, and even said that for losing such an important fruit he was condemned. Goma Goma no Mi may appear to be a simple fruit with elastic powers, but it may not be just that. Luffy's fruit can indeed possess incredible power after his awakening, and may even be a legendary power, in which case they would be referring to Luffy's fruit, and not the fruit that Zenesha possibly possesses. After all, it has been said that for many years no one has been able to see his awakening, and Zenesha has been accomplishing his goal for a long time. But going back to Luffy's fruit, few people have managed to have this fruit in their hand. Many even theorize that the ancient bearer of the Goma Goma no Mi was able to erase the Lost Kingdom, even history. That is, it would have been Luffy's awakened fruit that would have erased the entire century that has its history unknown from the timeline. So as we can see, with the Opop no Mi and the Goma Goma no Mi being considered very rare and precious fruits, the Gorosei could be referring to one of them, a fruit in which Sekai Sifu had to hide its true name, as well as erasing its existence from the stories, causing this fruit to be lost in time, making it a legendary fruit. It's still too early to deduce its power. The only awakening we can imagine is Luffy's, but talking about Zenesha, it's very difficult to be a Zoan or Logia because of the following facts. Zenesha roams the world for over 1,000 years, being practically impossible him being a human with an elephant legendary fruit. So we really know that Zenesha is an extremely giant elephant, because a human wouldn't have the ability to live for that long. Because of his huge legs, we saw that Zenesha is able to walk peacefully in the sea. This ends up preventing the big elephant from weakening because of his devil fruit. And during his confrontation against Kaido's pirates, we see the Zenesha being hit by simple cannonballs, so the possibility of being a Logia fruit would be completely nullified. What we are left with is being a Paramecia fruit. This fruit can possess an incredible power. As stated at the beginning of the video, it is unknown if the fruit can be really awakened, but being awakened or not, it remains a power feared by the ancient Gorosei who control all of Sekai Sifu. Not even all current Gorosei know the real reason why their predecessors hid the name of this fruit, but even the name of this fruit can be dangerous, so we will soon find out why. But now I want to know about your opinion. What is the power of the legendary fruit that Sekai Sifu is afraid of? And this awakening that is cited by the Gorosei, what can it really mean? Leave your opinion in the comments. Thanks to all of you for watching the video to the end. I hope you enjoyed the content and information in today's video. We hope that we will always continue together talking about the news of the anime and the manga, so comment your doubts, news, or what you think will happen in the anime in the future. Also comment on the new videos you want to see here on the channel. We'll see you again in the next video. I'll wait for you here. Bye.